What's up, everybody? Hey, kitty. How in the hell are we doing, friends? What's up? That's right, Wobby. The best type of stream. Lab, I'm gonna need you to stop fucking replying to my tweets, because people are gonna think you're goddamn serious. Hoon does the same shit, man, and I just get... You just don't understand the type of people that read that shit. It's unhinged. Oh, I don't fucking know. Okay. Alright, we're live. Let's do it. We're good. Alright, let me get chats. Hello. Will bounties matter? So far, yeah. Nothing has changed. There's still an artifact. You still need XP to unlock the artifacts. Yo, Scyther, how you doing? Melina, how you doing? Welcome. Welcome everyone on the Twitch side. Welcome everybody on the YouTube side. How are we doing? Hey Scaro, chat mods, I blew my back out. Oh my god. Hopefully you're alright. Jesus. You ever play Subnautica? I have not. I have Subnautica played Subnautica. That's pretty fucking good, eh? Alrighty. Bounty time, brothers. Oh shit, I didn't save my bounty. I didn't save my... Did I? My ass did not make a copy of my bounty prep. That's embarrassing. That, my friends, is embarrassing. I've got to go make my own copy of the spreadsheet. Holy shit. That's crazy. Make a copy. Save that shit right there. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, so I need to do Europa. I have done Controlled Experiment, Divine Intervention. I have done Senate Challenges, Senate Challenges, Senate Challenge. So I have done... Where have I done? Bay of Drowned. Crush of the Queen's Crown. I don't know where the fuck that is. Queens? I have got no idea. Probably Gardens and Harbinger Seclude? Yeah, I'm just vibing. I'm glad my bounty prep is done. I have to finish the Eternal Seal and then I'm taking a break. Jesus Christ, you are ahead of the fucking game, my friend. That is crazy. Congrats though. That's good. Good for you. What's a rocket pop? Will it fix my back? Rocket pops are good. They're like, they're icicles, like a popsicle, and they're fucking delicious. Do you think they should add one-handed first-person swords for pairing mechanics in Destiny? I don't really care. I mean, like, how is that different than like glaives? I guess glaives don't have like a parry mechanic, but they kind of do. I'm not really too. Let's put it this way. I think there's about 1 billion things that Destiny needs before that. Do you think Edge of Fate is gonna be worth it or just mid? What define worth it? What the fuck? Why is there just a brig, bro? I think Edge of Fate will have a lot of very fun content, but it's like worth it. It just means very different things for different people. So it's like, I don't fucking know. I'm not your mom. I don't know how much money means to you. I don't know like what your disposable income looks like. So what I will say is, from what I, you know, If you thought previous years of Destiny have been worth it, then it'll probably be worth it. If not, then I'm not really sure. Why did they... Oh, yeah, this does have a incandescent. I don't know how I forgot that. Does the 7 gunsmith bounty thing for powerful still exist? Not for a powerful, especially after the changes, because powerful and pinnacle weapons are going away with the new update. But you do want to do 8 gunsmith bounties because every milestone you complete is essentially another weekly bounty worth of XP. Oh yeah, this is the wrong one. So you're definitely going to want to do 8 gunsmith bounties. Can the next saga start with an expansion called the Goon of Fate? That'd be sick. Is it still Muslim? Did you check? That's a good question. I will go review director footage. That's an excellent question, Walker. I don't see why it wouldn't be, unless they're giving Gunsmith a Pathfinder. That would be tragic if they're giving Gunsmith a Pathfinder. And that's actually like, they should probably give Gunsmith a Pathfinder, now that I think about it. I just hope the difficulty ceiling gets increased in July. Oh, Assault Agrippa, dude, I have great news for you. There's an entire new difficulty, my friend. And difficulty is completely customizable now. If there is one thing that the internet cannot and should not be able to complain about, Destiny is definitely getting harder. Or not. The ceiling is going up. You can do harder stuff. And Sylvia, what's up here from YouTube? Love your marathon and Edge of Fate content. Thank you, appreciate you. By the way, everyone on the Twitch side, I think gifting subs, maybe it's subbing, it's all subbing, or maybe it's just gifting subs. I don't know. I'm bad at this whole thing. It's like 35% off for the next week, I think. So if you've ever wanted to do the sub gifting or becoming a sub or whatever, right now is a great time. Yo, Rob, what's up? Also, you can crank that difficulty. Yeah, you can crank it. Just gifted? Okay. Well, there you go. I'm bad at the whole Twitch thing. I miss playing the Leviathan raid. I also miss the Leviathan raid. It was beautiful. How much of the story did you get you play on your visit? So, the story this time around is about the way... There's 2 types of missions. There's, like, traditional campaign missions, and then there's, like, shorter missions, which are kind of like... Yo, Rob, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. There we go. Can we get some hearts in chat for Rob? Thank you very much, my friend. And please thank them if you got a gifted this sub. There are 2 types of missions. There's like standard campaign missions, which ones you described as taking anywhere from 35 to 45 minutes, depending who you are. And then there are the shorter missions that are kind of like adventures, I guess. They are on the scale of like 25 to 30 minutes, according to Bungie. So, there's shorter missions, there's longer missions. They are about 50-50. I think there's technically more short missions. There's about 7 or 8 like full-size missions, I think. No, sorry. I think there's 6 or 7 full-size missions, and then there are 7 or 8. No, there's 9 shorter missions. I know, it's fucking hard. Look, man, they threw us into like a fucking theater, and then they just start talking, and then I didn't have like a notepad or anything, so I'm like trying to remember all this shit. But yeah, there's like 14 missions total. Then, so what we got to play was the very first mission, which surely someone, I think Mac or Dado or someone uploaded footage of. And then we got to play two of the short missions, and then another one of the long missions. So we played like 4 missions out of 14. So, we played a little bit. Something like that. Somewhere in there. You know how weekly rewards are character locked, so there's any point having 2 or 3 of the same class? Change coming edge of fate does lock out period. Do you know how the weekly rewards are character locked, so there's any point of having 2 or 3? Oh, yeah, that lockout should disappear because there are no powerful or pinnacle rewards anymore. You can grind infinitely from the portal system. So yeah, it actually, yeah, actually that is going away. That's an interesting, I hadn't really considered that. Patriot says, Scara, I think I have done it. I've done almost every possible frame of Ergo Sum with Jagged Edge and Swordmaster Guard. Do you have a guide on which frame is the best? No. No, I've got like 3 Ergo Sums. I never, ever got super involved with the Ergo Sum farm. I probably should, to be honest. I should go back and make sure I have like the 2 or 3 good ones. But good job. I'm happy and proud of you. There's one really good mission. There's a really good mission walkthrough with Bife and Milo where they pause and discuss lore a lot. Ooh, that's sick. That's actually a really cool idea. Is there a title for solo ops? We were not allowed to go into the title menu. And one time I did accidentally go into the title menu and I got yelled at. And it's just like, you guys know, like, when I'm in orbit now, I do this constantly. Where if I'm in orbit or I'm waiting or I'm just chatting, I'll like very commonly just like, just scroll and like fuck around in these menus. It's just kind of like a tick that I have. Like, oh, let me just make sure that I have everything done or whatever. I got like yelled at. They were like, Scarrow, get out of that menu. And I was like, oh my God. And then I was recording too. So they were like, we're gonna watch you delete that recording. And I was like, oh my God, bro. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to. I was just, it's just a tick I have. Like, I don't know, man. Every Destiny player does that, navigating menus between activities. Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's up, Thunder Beanage? Hey, I updated my stat calculator and put on a website. There we fucking go. One second, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, hell yeah, that's what we're talking about. Thank you, my friend. Any chance you saw Max tweet about Hunters? I'm a Warlock main, but it seems like Hunters are getting the hard change. So that is speculation on Max end. I said this in a, I said this on the podcast I was on yesterday on Destiny Digest. Like, look, if that ends up being the case when we get like actual confirmation of it, then I'll be mad with everyone, but I just refuse to spend time being angry about something that might be true. You know what I mean? I'm not, like, A, I don't care enough, and B, like, I feel like people who are getting mad about this either care, like, an insane amount, or they just want clicks. Mac definitely just cares a lot, and that's cool. Like, I'm happy for him that he does. Genuinely, that's not a part of the game I give a fuck about. So it's like, I hope he's wrong. If he ends up, the part of the game being, like, pre-build crafting in terms of, like, thinking about my character builds going into it. That's obviously a lot of his content, so he's gonna care about that a lot more. But I'll help and be angry if it comes to fruition. I just don't really, I think there's a pretty good chance it's not. And I think people are getting, are worked up about nothing, but, you know, we'll see. We'll fucking see. I didn't see him cover the possibility. I never play Hunter. I was wondering whether it was gonna be an option now. Yeah, I wouldn't. Oh, whatever. Can you show your Sunbracers build mods on your loadout? Yeah, gotcha. Sunbracers? Yeah. If I still have a Sunbracers build. I've been reworking a lot of shit. I don't... Oh. Okay, no, I can't. Surely I dimmed it. Pause. Pause. Hold. One sec. Oh, wait, it can't. Fucking dim doesn't work when I'm in a... Oh, shit. One second. Let me kill everything and then I'll put it on. I forgot dim doesn't work on it. I was treating it like a loadout system. It's been a long time since I've applied a loadout from dim. Let me complete this and then I will go to orbit and I'll put this on for you. And this may or may not be correct. This is an old dim build. So we'll see. There we go. I swear I've seen somewhere that Conqueror seals changes for gilding, and now I can't find the image. I don't know what you're talking about. Are the seasons actually free, or do we still have to pay for the story activities? No, they're free. The only thing you have to pay for is expansion stuff. You see his sweat reacted to your Warriors video on stream yesterday? Of course. No, I did not see that. He did that. What? Where's my helmet, bro? This is not the correct helmet. I can see it. Okay, it must just be taking a second. How was it? I always get worried about shit like that because I don't... It's hard because I want to be able to talk equally. I have always done this. I want to talk about things I'm excited about, and I want to talk about things I'm worried about, or the things I like and the things I don't like. And the problem is, this is just where I don't know if Sweat did this. This just worries me. Okay, but this is always going through my head when I'm making content. If I make content about things I like, you just get called a fucking dick rider and you know, like all these sorts of fucking shill. And then if you talk about things that you don't like, then it gets picked up and people run with it, and then they're like, see, even Scarrow hates these things, and like people are like, oh yeah, this does fucking suck. And it's like, I don't want to make an echo chamber either way. Like I just think they're interesting things to have conversations about. And so I do get worried about that, like when Cross reacts to one of my videos, and then it starts this whole new sect of the community that's like, Scarrow said this, fuck Bungie, bro. And I'm like, oh my god. Okay, this should be good. So I don't know. Hopefully Sweat was good about it. I don't fucking know if he was though. There you go. That's what I got rolling. This isn't. Don't take this for gospel. I don't know what the fuck's going on here, to be honest. So, this is this. This is probably semi-correct. We'll see. Blink twice if there's a Transformers collab in Edge of Fate. I have to blink, but I'm not. It's not because of that. That shit would have leaked forever ago, bro. He didn't say anything bad about you? No, I don't really care about that. It's like, I just don't want, like, those... These are the whole point. The reason I worded the video like I did, and the reason I talk like I do in the video, is because, once again, I say this at the very beginning, I'm not convinced that any of the things I'm worried about are actually, like, that bad. It just, in my head right now, doesn't sound great. Or I can see it going badly. And so it's like, I just want to talk about them and start this conversation. But I don't, like, a lot of people are freaking out about a lot of stuff that I think, you know, might be fine. You know, and I just... I guess my point is a Destiny community tends to go like either 100% negative or 100% positive, and I never want to be on either side of that. But I don't know. It's just like nuance is dead and all that. You know what I mean? Regarding the possibility of Hunter nerfs, Max talked about, I would not be surprised if it happened in the game right now. Gambit already has implemented a feature where Hunters, Gamblers, dodge more refund and melee charge.
Like
I would be surprised if it happened. I mean, look, a fucking thing happening in Gambit, fucking Bungie doesn't give a shit about Gambit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't fucking know. That doesn't surprise me at all. Will Sunbreakers be able to take advantage of the grenade stat ability? I believe so. I believe any sort of recharger scaler. Why do people freaking out about everything? Just when does someone freaking out about their loot being useless because of the tier system? Yeah, it's kind of... I've been seeing that a lot. Like, okay, this is one thing I want to talk about too. This is something that I am debating making a video on. And the reason I'm debating making... the reason I'm not, like, definitely going to make a video on it is because, unironically, I think people would fucking hate me for it. But... this whole new armor thing giving you extra damage resistance and the new weapons giving you a damage bonus, I don't care. I do not care. I actually kind of like the idea of having a reason to go get new armor and to use new weapons. You guys know me, man. Sorry, my neighbor is burning shit. Holy fuck. You guys know me. I've used the same weapons for literally ever. Okay? Bungie having any reason to push me off of my weapons is a good thing. Is a good thing for me. Same thing with armor. I farmed every piece of armor that I use. I farmed back in Season of the Haunted. It's not that big of a deal. I'm also like, people are assuming that it only lasts 6 months, and it might. I don't know. I didn't have this conversation at Bungie. They didn't talk to us about it that I remember. But as like, there's a pretty good possibility that things will last like an entire year. That's how I would do it. Because you don't want, if I'm Bungie, I don't want like Edge of Fate gear to be immediately useless in Renegades. I think they would want a little bit of a grace period. And what that would look like for me is the way I would do it. And I don't know how they're doing it, but it would be a year from when you are first able to get that drop. So like the raid loot would be new gear for an entire year after the raid came out. So you can use it for the next season. Especially since they're not just doing, like, and maybe this is like copium or whatever on my part, but it also feels like they're very clearly like making Year of the Prophecy like a thing. And I think it would just feel weird if everything from Edge of Fate is completely useless in Renegades. I don't think they would do that. They might, don't know, but I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't care. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of people complaining about it. I don't think most of the people complaining about it are really ever gonna use a 15% weapon buff. I'm gonna be, if you're the type of player that is complaining about the grind, then you're probably not gonna use a 15% damage buff. You're not gonna need it in expert level activities, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I got. That's all I got. And you know, if you are someone who plays the game a lot and you're genuine, and I think it's okay to be worried about something, but there are a lot of people being like, I'm no longer playing this game because of this. And it's like, first off, you probably weren't playing the fucking game in the first place. Let's be real. And second off, you're just not the target audience for this. It's just, that's just kind of how I feel about this. You know what I mean? I would hate if it only lasts 3 to 6 months. There's literally 0% chance it only lasts 3 months. Zero, like not a single percent of a chance that happens. 6% chance, in my head, I would say it's like 60, like a 2/3 chance to last a year, a third chance to last 6 months. In my head, that's how I personally feel based off of the design of all of their systems. That's how I feel. Especially if you can only get tier 5 armor at the end of Edge of Fate. I have a very hard time believing that Bungie would make that essentially useless 4 weeks later or whatever. You know what I mean? I just don't believe they would do that. Once again, might be copium. I don't fucking know. I'm not your mom, but that's just kind of my vibe. Dude, this guy's like really... I can feel, like, I'm inside and I can, that's, smoke is irritating me. Crazy. No, 6 month seasons. 6 month seasons. I've definitely noticed a lot of loud voices are people who no longer play Destiny 2 and are still kind of stuck in their anger at Bungie. Yeah. Tier 5 armor, I don't know about PvP, probably will come from trials. I don't really know how that entire system's gonna work. Possibly. What's your plan from release to day 1? First 2 days, do story and all the quests and stuff, and then from there, it's gonna find the most efficient light grind and really focus on getting like perfect sets of tier 3 armor, because I don't think you're going higher than that. But I don't know, man. Like, I have literally no idea how this is gonna go. But the whole point of tier 5 versus tier 3 loot and this entire system is so like you play as much as you want and you are just as geared for the activities that you are gonna want to play. So like if you're just doing expert level shit, you're farming tier 3 level gear, you're not a grinder, then like you're not gonna need 15% more damage. You're not gonna need more damage resistance because you're playing like Mickey Mouse game modes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely, if that's how you like to interact with the game, and you have like 14 kids or 3 jobs, or you just like to play other video games, or you just fucking, you hate playing Destiny, whatever the vibe is that you're outputting, that's totally cool. I have no qualms with any of that. But you're not gonna need the best stuff. You're not gonna need all of the buffs. So it's like totally fine. If you are the type of person that wants the 15% buff and you're gonna actually use it and you're doing the harder content, then you're gonna have the new shit by the time you get up there. So it doesn't even matter. It's just, it feels more like a circular argument than anything to me. Yo, Sammy, what's up? Sierra calling out the people with 14 kids, dog. I'm one of 6, okay? I can call these people out, okay? If it takes 1 shot to kill a dragon normal content already, why would you want 15% more damage? Dog, let the Lost Sector warlords cook, Cole. Stop being elitist, bro. But yeah, that's, you know, that's just where I am. People are gonna freak out anyways, and like I said, most of the people freaking out are not like, they're not gonna play the game anyways. So, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with not playing the game. It's just like, just don't make that my problem. You know what I mean? It was great chatting with you last night. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I always enjoy talking with people I don't get to talk with a lot. Very cool. It's not about killing the drug, it's about sending a message. I want to kill that drug so hard that Axis shits himself, bro. Thought you were one of 9? No, thank God, no. If you could add 1 single system or concept to Destiny 2, what would it be? For me, it'd be making sure everything is viable from a solo level up. I don't know, I'm bad at this. I don't know how they would do it, and this isn't exactly what you asked, but I want updates to the title system. I don't really care what that looks like, but the title system is super, super, like, just bland at this point. It hasn't changed since it launched. Maybe other than the additions of guilds, which I guess came after, I think. Yeah, it definitely came after. But like, I don't know. I'm not really good at these types of questions. I just play video game and complain about what I don't like. See, I'm really good at being a consumer because I'm good at bitching about stuff and not offering a good way to fix it. Hot take, flaws should be required for titles. On God, bro. That's big ups. Yeah, I want harder titles again. Although they've been doing a slightly better job. Like, Eternal's not the easiest thing in the world. Godslayer was pretty hard. There should have been a fishing title. I'll die on that hill. Oh my God, I'm bad. I just want pads. That could be fun. LOL, same 1 of 8. Household growing up was a whole ass festival, day and night. Yeah, luckily I was the oldest, so I got to get out of there like pretty fast, but very chaotic, man. It's kind of nice when you have that many siblings, because, you know, like if you're 1 of 2, you kind of have to like your single brother or sister, like you have to be close with them or whatever. If there's only a couple. When I have as many siblings as I do, I just get to pick and choose which ones I like. It's like, I'm never talking to you again, but I like you, and you know what I mean. I got a plethora of choices. It's kind of nice. Flawless Master equals guild raid title. I've said for a long time, I think it'd be really cool if there was permanent guilds for raids that just required you to, whatever like low man version of the raid could be done legitly without exploits. So like you can 3-man most raids without exploits. I think it'd be cool if like the guild asked you to 3-man the raids. I think that would be cool. And it was just like an uber flex. And it's like, you can 3-man most raids and they're not even hard, so. Hot take, Godslayer is the most gym raid title. How do I feel about that? I'm trying to think. They stopped. Well, a garden exists. I would say for the time limitation alone, I don't agree with that. A lot more people got it due to the cheeses than I thought, or kind of would have liked, I guess. But I mean, garden's like free, dude. What else is there? What other raid titles are there? You have to flawless. Oh, Vault of Glass. This shit's like a joke, right? You just have to do math. Yeah, I think the Vault of Glass one's probably the most gem one. Yeah, like almost certainly, right? Nothing. Oh, or Root of Nightmares. One of those two. I think even Root's challenges were fucking jokes. I've got a twin sister, built-in best friend. There you go. What elements? I think I probably still need a lot of void. Yeah, just void one. I'll need one more. Okay. You don't have a raid or dungeon title yet? Go get him. Chase him. You gotta join the every title, every guild club. Don't do it. It takes years off your life. It's not worth it. People make fun of you on Twitter. Not as many people's moms think it's hot as you think. Okay, I did this because I was like, oh my god, chat. Every person in chat, their mom comes in their room to check on them. They're gonna be like, oh my god, who's this Scarrow guy? 0 calls. No one hits me up, man. No one thinks it's cool. What a waste of time. We all joke on Godslayer, but when you see rank 5 Godslayer in PvP, you know it's over. That is the goddamn truth. The ladies all don't love the titles and guilds. No, like younger women do, just not moms. Just, you know, not my target audience, you know. What was harder, Reckoner pre-nerf or pre-nerf Scallywag? Like 100% Reckoner. Like Reckoner took so long. Not even close. Scallywag only required 10 of the, or 50. Which is only 25 runs, or like at most. That wasn't hard at all. It just took a lot of time. Bro got all the titles? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Every triumph, every title, every guild. Okay? Put some respect on it. Or call me a nerd. Reckoner's legit, still one of the rarest titles. I mean, it will be forever, right? Because you can't get it anymore. That shit was hard. Hard not as in difficult, but like you had to be locked in. It sucked. Playing that much Gambit destroyed my soul. There's a reason I hate Gambit so much. There's no wow factor. I just feel bad for the sick fuck. The people that have Reckoner, that's insane. But honestly, valid. Yo, my mom Stamix in chat. What's up? We banned the G word in my clan due to that title? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, fucking Gambit, man. I always get these questions. Scarab, did you ask about Gambit at Bungie? I have like such a limited amount of time at Bungie. You think I'm gonna waste even 3 seconds talking about fucking Gambit? Are you serious? How dare you? How dare you for asking me to waste any time, any brain cells talking to Bungie about Gambit, bro? Grow up. Oh, man. I still find Blacksmith to be one of my favorite titles to run. Yeah, it's definitely up there for me, too. I love Blacksmith. My 3 are, I think probably forever, my 3 are Godslayer, Heavy Metal, and Shadow. Like, I think those are my 3 permanent titles. But Blacksmith is definitely up there. Did you ask him about SRL? No. Why do we need SRL? Destiny Gotcha Pay to Win is right there, and it has better SRL. Every weekend. They have Trials of Osiris, but on Sparrows. That's sick. Scarrow the Sparrow. I'll take a Scarrow Sparrow. Did you ask if the Revelry will ever come back? I fucking hope not, dude. That shit was ass. Revelry, look, this is one of my hottest takes, and I recognize that, but Revelry and the Infinite Forest are the most, like, they are up there with Forges, with being the most overhyped activities ever. That shit was ass, and I'm not afraid to say it, okay? I'm happy for, like, Salted Grepo and the 3 people that actually, like, competitively did it. Good for them. Everyone else, you're fucking liars, okay? You ain't shit unless you got Dredging 24? Wait, that's not the max, though. It's, like, 18 or something. I have max Gambit. Give me a sec. 14 is max. You liar. Haunted Force was good. Disagree. And bringing it back with roguelike elements, Bungie's leaning towards would be V. I do think that would be an interesting twist. I'll give you that. I'm just generally not a fan of activities that are like, you have this much time, go. I like times that there's a skill gap and you can shorten by doing well. Because at a certain point, there's no point in just progressing further. That, you know, there's no difference between getting 5 waves and 10 or whatever. You know, I don't remember the exact numbers, but you hit a cap where it just doesn't matter anymore. And it's like, well, why the fuck am I trying? I can confirm people are impressed when I have gilded Dredgen times 14, and then Commander says, "Are these people like the voices I hear?" I have the Gambit world record. Wait, the Gambit world record for what? How full is your vault? I have like 80 slots open or something. And 120 or 30 or 40 of those are exotic class items. So, look, I don't care about expanding. Sorry, Kitty, I didn't mean to scare you. I truly do not care about, well, I mean, I do. Like, I would not get any use out of them expanding the vault. What they need to do is find a way to consolidate all of the exotic class items into one. And then you can just pick whatever combos that you've earned or whatever. All right, off the computer. Kitty, it's getting too hot. Oh. But lay down, because can't see through you. I would be behooved if you let Dado clean your vault. It's literally not going to happen. We've chatted about it like multiple times at this point. I am not interested at all in having Dado touch my vault. It's just not gonna happen. Even for the content, I don't give a fuck. I know that shit would pop off. I don't care. Is that a sidearm meta? Oh, this sidearm is actually pretty good. Not this one specifically, I don't think. Oh, I think this one's actually quite bad. I'm just using it because it's arc. But I do think this sidearm does get some rolls that I think people consider to be good. I'm not a big primary guy, so I don't really know. Primaries are kind of for nerds. Do it, but just say all requests. Say no. That would be actually so funny. That might actually be good content. If I invite him on and then just flat out... Wait, what? Didn't I just kill these fuckers? And then I just flat out refuse? Like, no, I don't think I will. And it's just him getting progressively more angry at me. That'd actually be kind of peak content. Ha! No. Just make shit up. That was the, that's the role I had, when, fucking, I don't know, like, just make some shit up. That was the role I got the day my aunt died, and it's really sentimental to me, or some shit like that. Just like fucking unhinged behavior. I had my favorite meal ever the same day I farmed out for this weapon, and it's really just, it's got a lot of sentimental value to me. So I don't think I'm going to delete it. Some point in time. Who's better, you or Azakrouse? At the game? He'd kill me in PvP, but I'd wipe the floor with him in PvE. It's not even close. What's the hardest thing he's done? Like a fucking GM 3 seasons ago? Like, I'm not... I'm not fucking worried, bro. But he'd kill me in almost anything PvP related. I'd probably beat him in Scorched, because I'm a Scorched demon. Yo, Tech Artist, what's up? Hardest thing Across did was was test the gotcha system in Destiny Rising. That's unhinged. Oh, man. Also, this might be a hot take. I think I got more game than Across too. I think he's washed. I think maybe in his prime he had more than me, but I think he's lost it. He just kind of like goons nowadays, man. It's kind of like, feel kind of bad for the guy. I see future me in him. But that's just like, that's just being 40, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. We all gotta get old someday, fellas. Oh, man. To be fair, some of the data vault cleaning videos out there are what you just described, and with the person having to delete like 5 things maximum. Yeah, that's how we go. No, I'm just kidding. I like Cross a lot. I'd like him a lot more if he stopped reacting to Destiny Bulletin bullshit, bro. But I like Cross a lot. He's been very nice to me over the years, and I appreciate it a lot.
Ready to take on some baddies?
Rage bait will make me God. Hey, dude. For the until the end of time. I won that. I won that war. Everyone was fucking wrong. Except for me. And I will take that pride to my fucking grave, okay? Fuck all the haters. Fuck Destiny Bulletin. I won. Okay? And whether people want to admit it or not, they were defending, not Cross and Paul, all the nerds in my comments, they were defending shitty journalistic practices. And that shit, that hurts everyone. That hurts literally everyone. Disgusting. And I won. So get fucked. Ha! By the way, your Edge video on the concerns you have perfectly summarizes how I feel. Help me make my point to those who want to know why I'm not super hype at the moment. It's weird because it's like... I actually got asked by one of my friends yesterday, and he was like, I can tell you're not that excited for this expansion. And I was like, oh, that's a weird... I haven't really thought about that. But I started thinking about like why I... Hey, the marathon shit taught me everything. I am never, ever, ever, like... I am never going 100% excitement on main ever again because I got way too much harassment for that shit. And honestly, I like sharing my excitement with you guys. It's not worth that shit, okay? Not even close. So I'm like a pocket excitement guy now. 2, yeah, it's hard to get excited about stuff that we don't really know. Like I mentioned in the video yesterday, we don't really know like what the content is. We know a lot of the fundamental changes, and we know Kepler looks pretty cool. But in terms of like the actual activities, we know like nothing about new stuff at all. And like it's hard to get excited for me when we don't have that. And then C, the community, not you guys are cool, but like a lot of the community has been like fairly insufferable lately, where it's just like, fuck, man, it's just everything. And so I just know I'm just not looking forward to a new DLC bringing in a new wave of like complaining. And so that definitely has me kind of feeling less hype than I normally would. Carol got bullied into not showing excitement? Dog, I mean, it was kind of obscene, dude. Just, I don't know. It's just not worth it. It's just like... I liked being excited. I like being excited on stream and in videos because it's like there was like a vibe there, you know, and everyone was excited, and then it was cool. And then When he just started turning toxic, it was just like, okay, well, I'm not enjoying this anymore, so I'm gonna stop. You know what I mean? What are your thoughts on the next raid? Expecting it to be closer to Ron or more Salvation's Edge difficulty level? Bruh. Why you gotta, like, fucking, why are those the two you picked? Why you gotta pick the two extremes? I think it'll be definitely, average to above average in difficulty. I am personally expecting somewhere between Vow and Crota. But I don't fucking know, we'll see. Depends how much of the raid you turn into a ball for, I guess. Unk really let himself get bullied by teenagers. Teenagers is incredibly generous, bro. My ass got bullied by 9-year-olds. On God. Like, I have literally no doubt that easily 80% of the people that said, like, the most heinous shit to me were either, like, adult Nazis or 9-year-olds. No in between, bro. Or, like, they actually have a brain condition that, that makes them, like, like, they don't know what is socially acceptable. That's like, that's it. How old is Lab? I think Lab's like 40. We got a ball encounter? I don't fucking know. I don't even know if the raid's on Kepler, man. The community's constant negativity about anything Destiny is why I don't interact with anything Destiny related on social media. Yeah, that's a fucking great move, to be honest. Even if there's less content, I'm very excited for the story because Allison seems like a great narrative director. This is the shit I'm talking about, man. Like, one of my favorite things in life is just, like, seeing people who are excited about their work talk about their work. Dog, there is some insane incel energy in the comment section of my interview with her. Like, it's crazy, man. People just don't like her because she's a woman and she's happy. And it's like, that's, like, what? This person is spilling out her soul about something that she has helped craft over the last 2 years. And they're just, like, gross about it. It's like, fucking grow up, man. It's crazy. It's just absurd, man. Just absurd. And I don't know. I have really checked out of reading YouTube comments recently because and like same thing with Twitter, less so. It's harder to avoid on Twitter because I'm like fucking addicted, bro. But fuck, dude, it's just like the worst people are amplified on these platforms. It's crazy. The next Sunshine's gonna be a tree that spawned during the Root of Nightmares raid because it's one of the new trees with silver wings, and the next raid will be Vex on Venus. What the fuck are you talking about? Next raid is gonna be no shot they do another pyramid raid.
Good news, I know exactly what the Vex structure is.
Oh, you're right, Twitchy. My bad.
It's infrastructure to support their Cloud Arc access.
Better news, we're on site to turn them into scrap metal.
The next raid will be on the Fortnite Battle Royale Island. Dude, a fucking Destiny raid in Fortnite would actually be, like, insanely hog. I'm here for that. Do you have insider info about NotSwap being active on day one? No. Dog. They would not talk to us about the raid. So, the one thing you need to know about the raid team is they are completely, like, insulated from the rest of the Destiny team. People don't get to see a lot of the shit they work on, especially raids, before they come out. So, unless you are directly speaking with the rad team, which I, to my knowledge, have never done. I don't think I've ever talked with an actual full-time member of the rad team. You're not getting shit out of it. Which is good. That's how it should be. But no, I have absolutely no inside information about this. And, like, I wouldn't want it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you guys know, I don't fucking like leaks. I like experience. We get one day one raid a year. You think I'm gonna, like, fucking spoil anything for myself? You're out of your goddamn mind. Dowda said that you all saw the raid name because it popped up. That is true. I don't remember it. Do I remember it? I might remember it. I think I remember a single one of the words. Or the, not saying that it's not a single word name. They specifically, they fucked up and it was in the title of one of the mods. Or like in the description of one of the mods. I'm really trying to remember if I remember it. I don't think I do though. In the description of one of the mods, and they were like, hey, actually don't show the fragmentation mod. If you go to my Arms Week video, the reason I zoom in on the picture of the fragmentation mod is because literally right below that it shows the name of the raid. Oh man. So I took like a screenshot of it and used that. So yeah, let's get some NDA emotes in chat. That's a good one. That's a good one. If you're a subscriber on Twitch or a member on YouTube, drop some NDA emotes. Also, if you want to become if you want to help out on Twitch, you can gift subs for 35% off for the next week. Scare Blinken Morse code, the name of the raid. Bungie won't know. Bruh, Bungie, what? Like I said, I don't think I remember the full name. Something about moms? How many of these fucking shellcode things do I have? 6? Alright. Where's the thing today? Oh, it's over there. Do you think Scarrow can blink in Morse code? Bro, you can't blink in Morse code? You have new emotes? Yeah, I made new emotes during the Marathon ARG. And I added them to YouTube as well so you guys could feel part of it, but Twitch's emote system is way better. Yo, Sweetie, thank you for the 49 months! Holy shit. Member for over 4 years now. Can recommend. Thank you so much, Sweetie. How are you doing, my friend? Why not use a strand weapon? Strand weapons are for nerds. Did they let you guys play any of the post-campaign stuff? No. I don't even know if there will be post-campaign stuff. I hope there will be. Junior, thank you for the 86 months. Jesus Christ. What that guy said can confirm. Thank you so much, you two. You guys are insane. Are you more optimistic about the future of Destiny or the future of Marathon? Bro, that is a fucking loaded-ass question. Yo, Painter, what's up? How you doing? Can I be honest? I'm gonna be super honest here, and I know this is gonna get clipped, and I am gonna hate that I said this live. I have the versions of future Destiny and Marathon in my head. The future that I want to exist for both games. I am more excited for the potentiality of a future of Marathon than the future of Destiny. Even though I will always play Destiny more. Paul Tassie's alt account, bro. We know what Destiny is. We know what Destiny will always be. And it might change here and there. Marathon is this black box of potential that I have an idea of what I think they're trying to do, and I have an idea of what I think that could evolve into. And I just want that to be realized. And because it is newer and it's fresher, and I think there's a lot of innovation to be had there, I'm much more excited for it. That sort of shit's not really going to happen in Destiny. I mean, I'm not trying to be a smartass, but considering you're a chemist, wouldn't you be considered a nerd? So if you have a bachelor degree in something, you're a nerd. But as soon as you become a doctor in a field, you stop being a nerd. So no, I am not a nerd because I have a PhD. That just makes me a professional. Just kidding. You can be a professional with a bachelor's degree. You can be a professional without a degree. I'm not really sure where I was going with that, but I'm like extra professional. It's nerd to qualified? That's a better way of putting it. What is it with the masters? Oh, that's a good question. Painter, what's up? So what are we doing? I'm just bounty prepping right now. I'm just vibing. I'm just chatting. I like to have these kind of like weekly chat streams where I just kind of shoot the shit with chat. And, you know, like, it's kind of like my therapy, you know what I mean? I just bitch about things. I get bitched at. Yeah. There you go. That's where I am. Oh, he died. Sorry it took so long. I had to plug my keyboard back in. No, don't worry about it. Half the time I raid people, I just dip even before. Like, all right, I'm fucking going to eat. Enjoy. And then I just dip. I don't even say hi. That's probably poor Twitch etiquette. I don't really know. I'm still new on this platform, so I figure I can get away with stuff like that for a couple more months before people are like mad at me. He's just a Twitch newbie. He doesn't know any better. My PhD's in polymer chemistry. I think Marathon could have popped off if they did the reveal better. I still think there's a chance, but I don't know, man. Like, like I said, it's so hard to tell nowadays what is going to be successful, what can come back from the brink, what is the true cap of something. It's hard to tell, at least from my position, like how many people actually know Marathon like exists. Like obviously it got a lot of negative press, but like how far does that reach? And all of this depends on like Bungie actually like fixing it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of shit that needs to change with the game. Don't get me wrong. But we all know Scarra has a PhD in mom studies. Fuck. Giving away my second PhD. Well, in 5 hours I'm halfway through a mouse, so it's only casual so far. Oh, I see. Shit, really. Is bounty prep high priority for Edge of Fate? I would say bounty prep hasn't been high priority since like the olden days. It hasn't really mattered since Witch Queen that much. If you want to be as competitive as possible, then yes, because for the artifact mods. What the fuck? Even the PvE ads are cheating now, Bungie. Fix your fucking anti-cheat. But, nah, that's not really, I think the people that it matters to are the people who are going for like a very hardcore day one clear. Why are we back in stage 1? Did we fail a stage? Why are we back in stage 1? I'm so confused what's happening. What? You don't need a bounty prep for day 1. I've never bounty prepped and I have like 5 contest clears. Well, it's very important in a lot of cases. And especially if you only have 4 days. Also, like 5 contest clears, I would like not to. That's not all of it. It depends what 5 they are. That's an important part of that. Because there are definitely cases where the mods mattered a lot more than others. If you had time, would you make another best moments of your streams like you used to? I mean, I've got time. I just don't like. I used to have much better reactions. I'm like numb. But no, I don't really like. If you guys have favorite reactions or whatever, fucking clip that shit and send it to me, like always, and I'll save them and I can do another best reaction. But I don't fucking. Off the top of my head, I don't know any good reactions. The whole bounty prep is only for day 1. Shit just shows the gatekeeping problem Destiny imposed on others. What in the fuck are you talking about? What? I'm numb. Yeah, tell that to the chess stream. True. That was hype. That was hype as fuck. How is me saying don't worry? You don't have to worry about it if you're not going for a day 1 clear. How's that gatekeeping? Excuse me? I'm not trying to tell you not to. I'm trying to say, like, don't stress about it, bro. It ain't that deep. Bounties being gatekept is crazy because all the bounties are like kill 10 fallen in the lost sector. True. Not the fucking clan ones, dude. Fuck the clan bounties. And like, if it's not clear, I want Bungie to remove the bounty prepping. Like, nothing would make me happier than Bungie removing bounty prep. But it's just not gonna happen. So I'm gonna do it. Yo, Harris, what's up? Bounty grinding is for people who want a placement. Yeah, that definitely helps. That was low quality bait. I really don't like this whole trend of like, oh, you fell for the hate bait, bro. It's like, bruh, I'm gonna disappear you forever. Like, get baited, nerd. I'm gonna ban you from life. Got him. Like, I don't fucking know. Are you aiming for a placement? Yeah, fuck yeah. That shit, I'm going for a placement until the day I die. And then I'm going for a placement speedrun on death, too. People who know how to raid in contests are going to be playing enough to get their artifact leveled anyways. 40, level 41 in 4 days, especially when we are unaware how XP is going to work now with the removal of most, or all pinnacle and powerful. It's just, that's just an assumption that like, if people are serious about the game, they're not going to take. I think that's a bad assumption. If you are very seriously going for a contest mode clear or a placement, then betting part of that on, oh, we'll get enough XP in 4 days, when the system is completely changing, is a very bad move. Yeah, or you can just spend time in fucking, yeah, Crucible and run Pathfinders instead of prepping for the raid. You can always do that, I guess. But like, once again, if you don't want to fucking bounty prep, don't do it. But as a person who has very many good placements and is very serious about day one raiding, my advice is if you want a contest clear, I recommend that you and your fire team bounty prep, at least a little bit. I mean, it's like, we also fucking know the artifact, and we know there's some bangers in that last row. So it's like, you know, that's just my advice though. Also, wouldn't you rather get the XP now when there's nothing to do than when all the new content is out? Yeah, also that, based. True. You don't even have to do full weeklies, just max out on dailies to get you max column. Oh, will it? Or it's just like enough of a boost. Yeah, I guess. How much, if you do like 60 dailies, 180 dailies, 6,000 XP, so fucking 1.2, 12 million. So that's like what, 10? A little with the XP bonuses. What was that, like 13, 14, 15 levels, Swabby? That one. Hell yeah, brother. This guy is constantly burning shit in his backyard, bro. It's like, what the fuck are you burning? I just don't bounty prep because I find it is boring. It's the most boring thing ever. Yeah, that's totally fine. That is totally fine. Like, there's nothing wrong. This is what I always say. I like literally always say this in my bounty prepping video. Like, there are very specific reasons that you would bounty prep, and if you don't want to, it's not that important. But if you want to be as competitive as possible, I highly recommend it. And I will, that opinion is not changing. There we go. Are those the Wish Ender class items? Yeah, I have the fucking bug where I can't turn them in. It's literally been bugged for like years. Years and years and years and years. These are for Wish Ender. Okay, Dreamy City. I do want to do Solo Run again. I just have like a lot of shit that I'm playing and a lot of content I'm making. You have to do the quest? Yeah, but if I do the quest, you see how 2 of them are activated and 1 of them is not? I've done the quest a couple of times. 2 of them are activated and the 3rd one's not, and it just like glitched out and the 3rd one never worked. It's literally been like that, like I swear to God, since at least Final Shape, or since Lightfall. I think before that. Are you gonna join Cross and Sweat on the Drama Slop React train? What does that mean? Like, I know what that means, but like, what are they reacting to? If it's fun. Fuck it! I'm in it for the money. No, I'm just kidding. Like, and I wouldn't call all that slop, like, to be fair. I think sometimes, like, a lot of what I would say about that is I could never do that sort of content. And there's nothing, like, I don't want to start anything. I like both those guys. I think they're cool. I consider them friends. I could never do a lot of that sort of, like, the style that especially, like, Cross does. Because he'll read a chat message, and he'll just be like, oh, yeah, maybe. Dude, sometimes, like, those things pop up on his screen, and I just know if I read that shit, I would be roasting the person who typed it. Like, are you fucking serious? You thought it was a good idea to type this shit in my chat? Like, who the fuck do you think? No, you know what I mean? This is a stupid. Do you have a brain? And it's just like, I'm a little too aggressive with it. That's just, and fuck, I think I called that out in one of the marathon clickbait or hate bait videos. Where I was just like, how does he just let this guy, like, how does he showcase this tweet and not say anything about it? And it was like, I think it was like someone saying, oh, they need to delay marathon by 18 months or something. I was just like, how the fuck? Why are you putting this on screen? How are you not roasting this? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, bro. You know what I mean? Just like someone, like when people are so confident and they just make themselves sound so dumb, I cannot help myself. It is a character flaw. I acknowledge that. I turn toxic like that, bro. When people act like experts in something they clearly know nothing about. And it's definitely a character flaw. It's something that I've tried to get better at, and I think I have. I'm still not very good at it. But no, I mean, you know, the way I do like React content is I think if I have a perspective that is meaningfully adds to the conversation, then I will add to the conversation. Is it not Garden? Oh, it's fucking Bay, isn't it? If I don't think I can add to the conversation, then I'm not gonna. People are complaining about no new subclass in Edge of Fate, but I've been unlocking Solar Arc and Void every day since the final shape. That is a fucking banger. That is a goddamn banger quote, dude. That's like legitimately really good. Cross earlier reacted to the lady who reviewed the current situation of Bunny, who had experienced in the industry since the early 2000s. Yeah, I watched that video. And that is... So, this is another, like, thing. If you watch any of my videos, I'm always like... I speak very softly in terms of the language. Like, the absolution of the language I use, or how absolute the words I use are. Where it's like, I'm not an expert in these fields. This is just kind of like my vibe based off of my life experience, but I'm not sure how applicable any of that is to the gaming industry. I'm always very careful with like what I say and how I say it. Someone like that, like I forget her name and I feel really bad, but that producer clearly has an insane amount of experience, so she can stand on business. You know what I mean? So when she makes claims, she's allowed to make more claims than just like random ass people. You know what I mean? And you should be more trusting of her opinion, or at least give more like, more weight to it. And I definitely do. And I thought it was a very interesting perspective, personally. Are there any good solar hunter builds right now? That's a Magdix question. I'm not good at build crafting. Working on it. Oh, that did not have as much angle as I wanted it to. I did not calculate the correct angle of the angle there. My fellas. Where are you going? Do you remember what she said mainly? Yeah, it was just like, she was just giving examples of, so she's been a producer and an executive producer in the industry for a long time, and she was really just giving a lot of examples of times she worked for companies where games failed and why they failed, and, you know, her opinions on how Bungie could take themselves out of this and that sort of stuff. What I will say is, Cross mentioned he didn't know if Sony was like embedded there. Every time I've been there have been some Sony people, more on like the PR front. But there have been, like, Sony is, because the producer woman, she mentioned like she didn't know like what Bungie's contract with Sony was, and she said like, oh, maybe Sony people aren't allowed on the campus. I can tell you that is not the case, for sure, not the case. At least for like I said, like PR and stuff. I don't know if that would maybe extend to different types of employees or whatever, but I don't know. Magdix's video of joint theory crafting would be cool content when we get more details. That sounds fun. Should you level your day one raid class like usual, or does the new leveling system change that? No, you just level it like usual. It's fine. Or like usual. No, you can just focus your one class now. I would make sure all your classes have like are raid leveled, but oh, I don't have mount. God, fuck. Y'all can finally squash the wedding beef on main, dude. We're never squashing that. Magdix did not invite me to his wedding, dude. Fucking toxic. That was a really fun beef to carry out in person, too. I was trying to do something with it, but the melees are so weak compared to the other subclasses. Oh, Solar Hunter. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't like this whole... That's been my point this entire time. And it's just like, man, this once again, I feel like so much of the, a lot of the controversy around me is just because I must speak a different language than those people. I swear to God. But like so much of my takes have been like, I don't know if it's getting delayed, and neither like do you, and that's the point. So when anyone comes out here and it's like, oh, it's definitely getting delayed, it should be delayed, it's just like, man, I just don't feel comfortable making a statement like that. And I think it's kind of silly when anyone with a platform that doesn't have experience in the you know, in the same discipline does feel confident enough to say stuff like that. I think it's just bad faith, personally. A lot of that is because I'm a scientist and I'm sick of non-scientists trying to tell me like what, you know, like I'm a scientist that grew up in the South, okay? That's like top 10 worst situations, okay? I get it. I know what it's like to be an expert in a field and have people just not, like, just believe they know better than you because they saw some, like, fucking person on TV or on YouTube talk about it. So I, like, genuinely feel for, like, Bungie devs when people are constantly being like, you suck at your jobs, this is how you need to do it, brother. And it's like, oh, fuck. Ah, man, I'm sure they're having a bad time right now, man. Is it just me or is it the most recent dungeon the most quickly forgotten piece of content ever? No. I mean, I'm still farming it. I need a fucking unvoiced. There will definitely be an unvoiced stream sometime soon. I like Sundered a lot. As a scientist, would you eat Indian street vendor food? I'm not. What is it? You're clearly trying to bait something here. I'm not aware of any stereotypes around this, so I'm not going to play into this. What I will say is my wife has a peanut allergy, so I feel like that's probably a bad idea from that front. Like, I'm actually just peanuts and cashews, so I don't know if we could legitimately ever go to India, because I would be fucking terrified we'd end up in a hospital. Because her ass is fucking allergic to one of the most delicious foods on the planet, bro. As a scientist, do the Sabres have a chance at the playoffs this season? There's always a chance. Is it a good chance? Fucking hope so. Or Five Guys or Texas Roadhouse. Oh, this is only tier 2, bro. You're trolling. What I do know is Edmonton's going to win the cup this year, bro. I'm so excited for the game tonight. What's the best class setup for day 1 team? I like playing comfort comp a lot, but also a lot of times we try to go either 3-3 Warlock Titan or 3-2-1. 3 Warlocks, 2 Titans, 1 Hunter, especially of late. Obviously for Salvations, that was a little whoopsie. but I think generally that sort of composition is pretty good. But I think it's more important to be on a class that you're most comfortable with.
Power level set to maximum.
I want McDavid to win a cup. I'm also still mad that Matthews practically let him walk into the OT winner in 4 Nations. Yeah, well, fucking be mad at Matthews. He's like one of the least clutch players of all time. My PhD's in polymer chemistry. I have published in a number of journals. I have 3 publications. Well, I'm trying to decide whether I tell you the name of the journals because I don't want to be fucking. I don't want to dox myself. Because like once you have that information, it's pretty easy to like find me. But yes, I have published 3 first author articles and a couple of second authors as well. I've searched for doctor section journals and they were not polymer chemistry journals. That's my favorite, like, I fucking love Fallout, dude. The fact that he calls me Dr. Sex is amazing. Like, that guy's awesome. Fuck yeah, Fallout. It's great. Fallout's viewers call me Dr. Sex, while Aztecross viewers just call me Sim. Or fucking Shill, bro. Like, okay. I know who's winning that competition. Which polymers did you study? Well, so most of my paper, a variety, but most of my papers, most of my dissertation, 3 out of my 4 chapters, were studying amphiphilic copolymers, usually copolymers of alpha olefins and various like fumaric or maleic acid derivatives for different things, usually in bio applications like protein extraction, solar cell construction, that sort of thing. But you know, lots of like styrene, maleic acid type stuff. Lots of linear alpha olefin, fumarates, stuff like that. Once again, going much further than that, you'll be able to find my patents, you'll be able to find who I worked for, you'll be able to find pretty much everything about me, and that's just not something I'm like really vibing with sharing with some random guy in my chat, you know what I mean? One day, when me and your mom get a little bit more comfortable, you start to call me dad, maybe I'll break out the paperback dissertation. I've actually got it right over there. Well, it's actually hardback, the paper dissertation. I'll break it out for you if you really want. I'll read it to you before bed, but right now we're just not like, I'm not feeling that, champ, you know what I mean? I did do undergrad research. I did inositol derivatives. So we would make essentially lipid, I would do like labeled inositol derivatives. We'd put them as lipid heads, and then we would feed it to different biobugs for labeling. It's pretty fun. Let's go Oilers, on God, bro. Okay, and then the personal insult, I'm not insulting you. How's that a personal insult? I literally didn't insult you at all. What the fuck? Bro, are you ChatGPTing answers right now? What's happening? Did you go straight from undergrad research to graduate, or did you take a gap here? I went straight into it. So I had a kind of a fucked, I would not do it like this in hindsight, but I did my associate's degree in high school. I went straight into a 3-year bachelor's in chemistry, and then I was like, I don't fucking know what to do. I kind of want to just make money, and I like chemistry. And so then I went straight into grad school. Grad school was 4.5 years. So I started grad school at 20 years old. I graduated at 25. Because I started grad school, I guess technically orientation was when I was 20. I didn't start until I was 21. It was a couple weeks later. And then graduated. No, I guess I graduated when I was 24. Am I 27 right now? No, I graduated when I was 25. And then I kind of rushed through it. I rushed through the whole thing. And in hindsight, I would not do that. Like when I got to college, because I skipped essentially my first year, because I came in with a bunch of credit. Like I had an associate's degree, like I mentioned. I didn't like know what the fuck undergrad research was. I didn't know what any of this shit was, because I did my associate's degree at a community college during high school. So it's like, they don't fucking tell you any of that shit because they don't have like research labs, you know what I mean? And so like I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Would highly recommend not doing that. If I could go back, I would 100% not do it. It's cool to be done early. You have an extra year or 2 of your career. Fucking sucks for the development side. I kind of had to rush through a lot of that, which is why I'm so fucking awkward. But other than that, like it was just kind of like, it was kind of I was always younger than people. It took me a while for people to like take me seriously because of that sort of stuff. Then I got published in higher impact factor journals than them, so like fun. So, you know. I don't think Omar knows what a PhD is, though. So how does it work in America? Do you only go to bachelor's and you can go directly into research and get a PhD? Yeah, so in a lot of STEM fields in America, master degrees are only if you are doing something like teaching, and then your master's degree will usually be in education. And then you'll get like you'll focus a bachelor's in whatever area that you want to teach. Or if you're going like pure STEM, bachelor degrees are only if you fail out of, or sorry, master degrees are only if you fail out of a, not only, but primarily if you fail out of a PhD program, or if you just decide you don't want to do it anymore. A lot of professors, and it's not how it used to work, that's how it works now. A lot of professors, like at the university I studied at, no, I don't think a single professor, if you were like, I want to get a master's degree, I don't think a single one would have accepted you into their group. Like, it's kind of in a very toxic way, and I don't think it should be like this. But it is, unfortunately, in a very toxic way. It's seen as like very lesser than. Masters also in chemistry specifically, I don't know if this applies to like engineering or anything, but in chemistry specifically, masters have, or they did when I graduated. I imagine they still do, but I don't know. I haven't looked in 3 years. But masters might still have the lowest hiring rates as well, because they expect the pay of a PhD, but they are not given like a company doesn't want to pay you as much as a PhD. They trust you do the work, especially or essentially of like a bachelor level technician, and they're not just going to pay you more for that. So it's kind of hard to find those specific placements. They exist, but it's harder to find them. He's also claimed to make over 150 a year. I make 135. I do not make 150. I have never ever claimed to make 150. I would really like you to find a link for that, please. Difference between master and PhD is basically just time in my field. Neuroscience. In chemistry, it's you write a thesis for a master's degree. In America, I know this is different in other countries. In America, you write a thesis for a master's. You write a dissertation for PhD. Master's is generally if you serve your time doing, if you do like your first 2 year of classes, you can defend for your candidate research proposal or your candidacy research proposal. You do that correctly, you just do like then an additional 45-minute master's thesis defense. Super easy. If you want to do, I say super easy, I'm not trying, like, comparatively it's not easy, but it's many fewer defenses and fewer requirements. Pretty much it's just like, did you learn the science? PhD is much more research focused than class focused for chemistry specifically. Dude, it's kind of dented. Thank you, Cubes. I need to blow this guy up. I'm a research chemist is how I make money. I'm not going to say the name of my company. That's like the worst thing I could do. Oh, fuck off, man. I'm just gonna sit back here and do this. There's also a lot of master's programs for upskilling. You can get a master's in accounting, and that's generally to teach or change careers. Yeah. Once again, I was specifically talking about STEM fields. So physics, engineering, science. I actually don't know how, like, let's say applied STEM fields. I don't know how it works for, and bios like that. I don't know how it works for math. I have no idea how a mathematics PhD even works, to be honest. But that's definitely, at least in the schools I applied for, interviewed with, or have been to in the States. That's how physics, engineering, and the sciences work. Do you like Zach Wilder? Do you think he's overhyped? I'm not really a classic rock fan too much. Zach Wilder's cool. I mean, he obviously like kind of is responsible for a lot of the guitar work of the genre and how it was like he was very formative, but I'm not like
Primary wells at max power.
I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Zach Wild's one of the greatest guitarists of all time. Like I'm glad he existed and shit, because my music probably wouldn't exist. Like the music I listen to probably wouldn't exist if he didn't. But in my field, computer science, the most used for masters I've seen in job hunt is data science, and that's about it. Bachelor's or PhD is the more normal requirement. It is hard because every school, well, there's like degree power creep, you know what I mean? At the company I worked for, you used to be able to be a lab technician with just an associate's degree. Now, because so many people have bachelor's degrees in chemistry, it's just not a thing. If you apply as a technician with an associate's degree, you'll get auto filtered out. Like, it's just not, they won't let you do that anymore. Which I, like, once again, I'm not a fan of these practices. There are so many people getting PhDs nowadays. It's going to become even more and more important if you don't have industrial experience to keep getting to pursue those in the future. So fucking my dad got like a fucking sociology degree and now works in computer science, and it's like, and he does really well for himself, and it's like I just remember when I was going to college, like when I was first getting into it, I was like, I asked him, I was like, do you have any idea how lucky you are? Like, I'm not trying to diminish like the work you've done, but I could never do what you do today. Like, you can't really do that type of shit nowadays because someone is infinitely, like 100 billion people are more qualified than you in every other field that you're not trained for. It's just not really how it works anymore. Did you know you wanted to work in industry while you were getting your PhD? When I first started my PhD, I thought I wanted to be a professor. And then I saw the ungodly hours that my PI worked while I was there, and that immediately turned me off of it. Also, my starting offer in industry was higher than my PI, my boss in grad school, the professor I worked for. My starting offer was higher than his salary, and he had been a professor for 15 years. So it was pretty apparent pretty early on that I did not want to work in academia. It's also super toxic. Like, none of the professors are required to have any sort of like manager training or anything. It's a huge fucking pissing contest. It's mostly a boys club. There are starting to be more diversity and like more women and more representation in the field, but it's still like, at least in the South, like 80% old white men, and it's just like, it's just not really what I'm like. It's just not the environment I really want to help foster. You know what I mean? And you have to work more, and you get paid less, and you probably fucking hate your life more because you have to deal with fucking college kids, bro. Fuck that. I was a college kid once. I know how fucking annoying I was. But, or still am. Not a college kid anymore, but I'm still fucking annoying. But. Plus, like, the fight for tenure. You have shit like, holy fuck, dude. With all this Trump shit going on, and really the Elon stuff, the amount of people that just, like, lost their funding, like, the amount of professors that have no idea how they're gonna pay for students over the next decade is crazy. I don't have to worry about that shit. You know what I mean? Consumers pay for my salary and my job. And, you know, we're impacted by tariffs and stuff, but it's still, like, huge company. We don't feel it as much. But, like, if you're an individual lab and you rely on NSF or DOE or DOD or, well, DOD didn't really lose funding, but, or DOJ for any of your funding, you're fucked, bro. You're fucked. And if a lot of your lab is like, you know, students on student visas, you're fucked. It's just like, it's awful. I still have friends in grad school that I've like completely lost funding for their projects because of it, and it's just like, fucking hell. We're gonna feel the repercussions of that pretty hard in 10 years when we would need all of that innovation. See, I have no idea if I want to go in industry or stay in academia. My PI has been at my university for over 20 years and she's making over 200K. What field? If you don't mind me asking? I find it hard to believe that any chemist professor, unless like you're a fucking Caltech or something, is making 200K. That's crazy. 20 years is a long time. But, I think the average at my university, even for the old people, was like 120. Yeah, if you teach chemistry, it's because you love to teach, not because of the working conditions. So, yes, professors do have to teach, but most professors that run a research lab do not do that because they love to teach. Teaching is a requirement of having a lab at a university. But it's definitely, at least for a lot of people, either much more for a love of pursuing science and like they get to work on what they want, or ego driven because they have little oversight. I know like 100 professors. It is, some of those people have the biggest egos I've ever seen, and that's coming from me. Crazy. Neuroscience specifically related to alcohol consumption. So yeah, that's much more niche, much more like not as many people are in it. So I do believe that. In my field, that would not happen unless like you were like fucking Bob Grubbs or something, or like Mark Hillmeyer or something like that. Like you were one of the big polymer. I guess Bob Grubbs is more catalysis, but you know what I mean. Like polymer related or polymer chemists. Like unless you were like on the edge of winning a fucking Nobel Prize, you're not making $200,000 as a chemistry professor. At least as far as I'm aware. I've never met one. Garbage, how you doing? Yeah, we're doing fucking bounty prep. Big bounty prep guy, it's my favorite thing to do. It makes me really happy. Like, isn't this super fun? Lab's the biggest rat. I know, that's crazy. Dude, Lab and Hoon, like I said this at the beginning of the stream, but they keep replying to my fucking tweets. I'm gonna need them to stop. They're attracting the wrong type of people. No, keep going, Lab. It's fun, it's fun. Was that? That was just tier 3. That wasn't the overcharge.
I'm detecting a lot of energy variance.
Met with the grad professors my wife worked with a few years ago, and there was definitely a vibe when they realized I was a working dude with a bachelor's. That could also just be in her field. The arts are very unwelcoming. Yeah. Dude, there's definitely, like, I'm telling you, man, so much of, especially, like, science, academia, is just ego-driven. This is why I did these bounties earlier in the season, so I didn't have to crunch them. Yeah. Well, you know what, Noble? Not all of us can be smart, okay? Yeah, I should have. But I didn't want to... If my life decisions have taught me anything, it's that procrastination is fine. You'll be fine. Everything will work out. Perfectly acceptable. I have never been punished for my procrastination. Bam. Bam. Oh, I'm gonna die. Fucking Screeves, bro. Well, there's too much procrastination? Yeah, that's what cowards say, Wabi. If you're not procrastinating, you're not trying. Exactly. It's not procrastination. I'm just thinking of the best. Like, I'm just making sure my approach is good. I'm just working through some things, you know? I just want to make sure, like, if I don't think about it before I start, then I'm just wasting time. You know what I mean? Fucking die. But if I think about it first, I know I'm prepared, that sort of shit, then it'll be easy. Like, once I actually start it, it'll be way easier. My chances of immediate or swift success are way higher. By the way, is there a link to the calculator made for new stat changes? No, maybe I should, though. There's some things I want to add to it. Maybe I'll host it. It's not procrastination, it's preparation with delayed execution. Yeah, see, that's fucking base. Alright, we're going to Europa. So are hunters screwed? No, just give it. People keep asking this. Let's just wait and see. I don't think they're screwed, but we'll just we'll just wait and see. We'll just wait and see. You know what I mean? Where'd you get your... Sorry, I just heard a door open, but I think that's sooner than my wife's supposed to get home. Am I about to die? No, it's gotta be my wife. That purple and blue hoodie is... So almost all my hoodies are from a company called Shibori. They do metal band merch. So all of my... Especially like all the ones that are like tie-dye or multicolor or anything, they're all Shibori. But they only do limited runs, so like you actually won't be able to get that, unfortunately. About once every month or two, they'll do a drop. They'll pick a couple bands. They'll make hoodies and pants and shit. And then it's available for a week, and then it's never available again. It's sick.
Can help.
That is true, Brox. Shibori, Shibori. It's owned by the brand of Sacrifice Dudes.
Searching for glory. Yes. But there is nothing.
I'm asking how much low class regen recovery to class will hurt hunters. But you'll just get new armor though. You know what I mean? What I would say, I said this yesterday in yesterday's stream. Look, I promise you, if you have played at all this year, you have. If you go to failsafe right now, right here, if you go to failsafe, bam, right here, you have 99 failsafe engrams. Failsafe gives you unbelievably spiky armor, okay? So if you're worried about not having high spiky recovery armor, just go get some. Yeah, Crips, that's what I was talking about over on the YouTube side. Yeah, I'm such a big fan of those hoodies, man. I own like so many of them. It's kind of a problem. They're my favorite. Spiked armor, like this armor is spiky and resilient. Well, no, that's a bad example. Wow, all my armor's shit. I don't play on Titan very much. Like that's spiked in resilience. Spiky means like, yeah, like two main. Holy shit! All of my Titan armor blows. Two main like that's spiking in resilience and discipline. You see how it looks like two spikes? Fuck, my armor is bad on this character. Shit, bro. Do you think exotic engrams will be more worth it because of the rework of stats? Nah, you sure? No opinion. I plead the fifth. I don't know. That's not really... Do you know where the 15% damage buff in the weapons comes from? Is that people have been complaining about? I've only seen 15% for the new and updated exotics. So, I believe the higher tier your weapons are, the higher buff you get. So I think like tier 3 weapons are actually only like 8% or something. Exotics are always 15%. I think tier 5 weapons are 15%. It's just based off of the... If you look at any of the videos, the weapons and armor with the blue banner instead of like here, you see how I have like the the Echoes logo and the Black Armory logo, if that's a blue banner, that means it's considered like a new weapon.
Looks like the fallen have
And those
repurposed
get
some
those
Braytech
buffs.
leftovers. Perhaps I can find a back door into their comms.
Doesn't the artifact have it as an intrinsic perk per seasonal piece too? That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Yes, they did do a sleep token set. I've got it. I wear it sometimes. It's like a beige and black. It's so good. They might have just done one for Arcadia too, but
How salvation claws at the ground for any resource they can find.
man, I don't know. I said this at the beginning of the stream. I really don't think that for most people the extra DR and weapon damage is going to matter, and for the people it does matter for, you're going to play enough where you'll have new weapons and armor anyways. So it's like, oh, I didn't even know you were still in here. Gotta let Kitty out. Yes, Kitty? Would you like out? I forgot she was in here, dude. She was just napping, and then she started meowing. Yeah, the new Sleep Token album's pretty good. I like... After sitting on it for a month, I think I like Take Me Back to Eden better. But there are some bangers on Arcadia. Infinite Bats, sick. Fucking Caramel. Oh my god, Caramel's insanely good. Caramel, sorry. What else? Fucking Look to Windward, so good. Double Fire Slug has to be the most pointless archetype of all time. It's good for certain things, but it's not good for a lot of things. Not gonna lie, now that it's true about our power level, wouldn't it have been better to call it Destiny 3? No, because if Bungie rebrands Destiny 2 to Destiny 3, do we remember how the Overwatch 2 thing worked? Yeah. Bad scenario. Bad scenario. I think this is kind of a hard situation for Bungie. I think like a soft reset is very important. I don't know why they're not really marketing it like that, because that's what it is. But Destiny 3 already exists. It's called Factorio, bro. I think this is the best way they could have approached it. Even though there are some things that I think aren't perfect in the new system and I think need a lot of work, potentially, we'll see. I think this was the best. Like, we're not getting into Destiny 3 anytime soon. You know what I mean? That's just not a possibility. So if our possibilities are infinite power creep and still sunsetting shit, or soft sunset and strengthen the foundation of the game, I think this is the best way moving forward. Like the best thing for the game. Should they just drop the 2 and go buy Destiny? I just think that's even more confusing. Like, I think if one of the main complaints around Destiny is it's too confusing, I think dropping the 2 does not help at all. That's like way more confusing. But wait, what's the difference between Destiny and Destiny? You know what I mean? I wish they put more effort in marketing the power armor weapon changes. It's kind of insane that we heard about it from streamers first. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I am so eternally grateful to be in a position where I'm invited to Bungie and allowed to share things with you guys. But why are we the first people to tell you guys this stuff in a meaningful way? Very, very shocking. But But I bet the next stream is gonna be sick. I agree. Also, the one thing people just never consider with a Destiny 3, and it's something that terrifies the shit out of me, as someone who wants a Destiny 3, when we went from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2, it felt bad because we lost so much content. There is legitimately, even with sunsetting, like 4 times more content in this game than Destiny 1, currently. We have fucking 11 raids, we have fucking 28 dungeons, we have infinite number of exotic missions, we have so much fucking content, we have more planets in this game, etc, etc, etc. Going from this to one raid, a handful of strikes, 4 planets, 6 subclasses or whatever, would feel so bad. It would feel so bad. And I just don't think people realize that or care to think about that. Bungie likes the whole community spread information thing. 1, because more community, and 2, because less work for Bungie. It's not less work for Bungie, though. They're still writing articles. They're still doing additional streams. It is, like, objectively not less work for Bungie. I think they're trying to use, like, the streamer hype thing, and I think that's great. And I'm super, super privileged and honored to be a part of that. But it's the same thing with the Dev on the Couch stream. The Dev on the Couch stream is cool. The community members sharing information and expanding on information is cool, but it should only ever come after an official Vidoc or reveal, like good reveal stream or good article on the basis of the changes, and then use the Dev on the Couch and the creator things to expand and clarify from there. The base of all of their marketing should be very well executed, vetted, and constructed marketing material that clearly says exactly what they want it to say. So there's no confusion, and then you expand on the finer details using the Dev on the Couch chats and the creator things. That was the problem with the Marathon reveal. That was the problem with Heresy. That is the problem with Edge of Fate. And once again, I'm super grateful and will forever be grateful to be a part of that. But it's not good for the overall health of the game if my ass is one of the main first points of contact for the base information. It's just so weird to me, and I think our feedback here has been heard, and I would expect it to change, but it's just so weird to me that Bungie literally defined the marketing, like the way games are revealed. Bungie had such a big part in like perfecting that with the Vidocs and shit over the last 20 years. And then they just like, all right, we're gonna stop doing like our thing. It's like, what? Why are you doing that? Dev on the Couch is very good for in the light. There is a huge difference between a couple of activities and an entire fucking expansion and the biggest rework of the core game that we have literally ever seen in 10 years of this franchise. Big difference. Bungie's stream is in 2 weeks from tomorrow, I think. Do you think they stopped because it cost them less money to do the couch dev streams? Dog, do you know how much money they spend bringing us to the studio? Like 20 to 30 creators and media. They pay for flights. They pay for hotel rooms. For like 3 days. They feed us. Like, you think that's cheaper than building a 3-minute video? You're out of your mind. You are out of your goddamn mind. I'll fucking make the Vidoc for them. If it's that expensive for them, I will make it. $5,000, I'll make you a 10-minute Vidoc. Best thing you've ever seen, okay? On God. Just give me all the information that I'll need. Help me, give me guidance on editing and how you want the flow to be. And then give me director and producer status. And then fucking it's over. I'll do that shit so cheap, not even funny. It'll be the best goddamn Vidoc you've ever seen. Actually, you know what? That's like a really fun idea. Imagine, now that we have all the information, making like a Bungie Vidoc, a Bungie style Vidoc. It would be hard because we don't have like the dev. You know what I mean? Like a lot of the Vidocs are devs talking to a camera. And that's hard to do. Something to ponder on. No, Bungie has never said they're done with Vidocs for good. They just haven't been doing them. There's an idea in here. I can feel it cooking. My next question, did you enjoy their showroom with all the old models, relics? I got to visit Bungie and that room was incredible. Yeah, so it's, I don't know when you visited, they remodeled during COVID. So all that stuff's in the lobby now. Every time I'm there, I'm like, you see that Whisper of the Worm? Bungie owes me that Whisper of the Worm. Can I just take that one? Or like, one day I will get that goddamn Whisper replica, dude.
Wished to destroy gods, but
will older Destiny 2 DLCs be free? I have no fucking idea. Did I complete this?
And she seeks it in darkness.
Do they still have the awards that look like the money from the old award show? Oh, I didn't see. Their awards are not in the lobby. All their like replicas and the Sparrow and stuff are in the lobby. I didn't see any awards actually. I wonder where they keep those. I don't know. What's the story with their Whisper replica? So with the Bungie Foundation, if you raised $125,000 for the Bungie Foundation, they said they would make you a life-size replica of any exotic in Destiny. I did that. I'm almost at $200,000, and I picked Whisper of the Worm. And then the Sony layoffs happened. I think things got internally kind of complicated. So it has now been almost 2 years. This is the first round of layoffs, actually. It's been almost 2 years. And I don't have my replica, and I will have my replica one day. I will have my replica one day. Ha. Whisper was very fundamental for like the channel getting its first initial boost. Unboxing video when you get it? Yeah, in 10 years I'll do an unboxing video for sure. Call me Destiny 3 Glacier if you will, but imagine something similar to Forsaken, Witch Queen, or Final Shape in a brand new game engine with up-to-date graphics and mechanics would be so good. I don't think the graphics would change much. Like, they just changed graphics a few years ago. I guess Beyond Light. So 5 years. Maybe there would be updated graphics. I'm telling you though, losing 95% of the content in the game would not feel good. Every fucking one of you would hate it. I would hate it. There would be so much less content. So they used to have an internal person that did all of the replicas. But I think that got kind of complicated once again with the layoffs. Imagine Destiny if it took place on an island and you spawned with a pickaxe and had to loot the map for gear. That sounds fucking fire, bro. At what light level do you think the gear will drop from Legendary Campaign? It will not be tier 5. I would be shocked. I bet Legendary Campaign will drop at like 200 to 220. Because generally, Legendary Campaign gets you at power floor or slightly above. So I would be pretty surprised if Legendary Campaign doesn't bring you up to 200. 200 probably tier 2. That's true, Scarrow, but look at how Destiny 2 is now content-wise. If we start fresh and build on it, much care, they said it would be great. Yeah, it'd be great in fucking 5 years. The pure amount of content, I just don't think people realize it. It's so, you would be losing so much content. What light do you think the raid will be? 200, 220, somewhere in there. I think people are very much underestimating the light grind. I think it'll take you many months to get close to 450. I saw a couple of people thinking that they were going to get to 450 within the first few weeks. I do not believe that is going to happen. I think I'd be very surprised if most of us hit 450 before the second half of the season. Just based off of how they're talking about it. Like, they directly told me most people are not going to hit anywhere close to 450. Think the 200 superset will count as weapon damage buff and well? That's one of the first things I'm testing, my friend. Yes, what? I'm kind of disappointed in how much you can overlevel the raid if the raid is in the 200s. Well, you can't overlevel its contest. You can't even overlevel raids in the game right now.
She's down, Barracks.
Bro.
It's over. That's all of them. All of Aramis's lieutenants. Her entire council.
The reign of the Kell of Darkness is ended. Thanks.
Mean across the season? No, raids are always -5. Vertigo. Are they not? Am I dumb? Aren't raids like always -5 regardless of what you load into them now? Fake artifact power is not a thing. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah, raids have been always like permanent -5 for like a long time now, like a year or more. What's your top underrated season? Ooh, good question. Good question. I'd probably rank Haunted a lot higher than most people. I'd probably rank Lost. Lost is easily like I think fucking Shattered Realm way up here. Way fucking up here. I think most people are like, Shattered Realm, blah, blah, blah. Astral Alignment fucking sucked. Shattered Realm, all the way up here. One of the top 3 best activities they've ever done. I don't even care. Best 3 activities they've ever done. Nether, Coil, Shattered Realm. Fuck everything else. Bam! Seraph is also underrated. I agree with that. But Lost was sick as fuck. They did a lot of cool things with Lost, for sure. But also Haunted. Haunted, pretty fun. Worthy is not underrated, no. Onslaught's up. I'd probably count Onslaught as 4th on that list. If we're counting it as a seasonal activity, I'll give it 4th. I'm a Coil simp. The Nether is like literally my perfect activity. I am such a god. I finished that entire thing and didn't get a single headshot. I am such a goddamn simp for Nether, dude. I just think it's got, I wish the weapons were maybe a little better on average. But I think I love the shiny grind. I love the puzzle grind. I love the week-to-week exploration. I love how they added to it over the season. I'm a fucking nether simp, bro. No, your every season your power will be reset back to 200. Just joined to see you bounty farm. Do we know what bounties are leaving for Edge of Fate yet? You probably just the Ido ones. There's a chance, of course, that they introduce like more Pathfinders, like maybe a Gunsmith Pathfinder or a Clan Pathfinder. We don't know yet. But for right now, I made a bounty prepping video. It's completely up to date with all the information that we currently know, and I will update from there as needed. Thoughts on Menagerie is overrated because of nostalgia? Totally agree. Totally agree. I do think Menagerie was a very good activity, especially for that time of Destiny. I think it would be okay in the game currently, but I definitely agree. I think really, I think the better example of that are Black Armory Forges. Black Armory Forges are shit, bro. They're just a bad activity. Every one of you fucking Black Armory Forge simps, I hear your ass complain about Solstice every year. But Bonfire Bash is exactly the same as the Armory, okay? It's literally the same activity. So don't come crying to me next Solstice if you're insisting that Black Armory Forges were the best activity ever, because you have fooled yourself. But Menagerie was good, don't get me wrong. But I definitely, like, people who are like, oh, Menagerie's better than Nether and Coil. Like, you're off your fucking rocker, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm focusing armor for each class. What spike should I go for? I would focus on the spikes that you cannot get in Edge of Fate. So look at the combination. Like, for instance, you will not be able to get weapons super in Edge of Fate because there's just none of the archetypes that do that. So I'm personally going to load up on some of that armor just in case. That sort of stuff. Season of the Risen is my absolute best underrated season ever. What was the exotic mission in Risen? So Risen was like the battlegrounds, right? Oh my god, is it Vox Obscura? Was that the Risen? Bro, if you're trying to tell me the Vox Obscura was underrated, we're gonna be fighting right now. Would you consider loot as a factor for how good the activity is? A lot of times, yeah. I think loot is much more important to how good an activity is than how good a raid is. Because I run raids much more after I get all the loot than activities. I think we'll start getting big twids. Do you guys, this is something I don't even know if I want to talk about because I feel like it's gonna go way out of control. Do you guys want to see something that kind of worries me a little bit? So you know how I was talking about how so in my video today or yesterday, I made a video. One second. I'm going to record this just in case. I made a video yesterday talking about how I'm kind of nervous because I don't know what sort of activities we're getting. We haven't seen any of the destination activities. We haven't seen any of the seasonal activities, anything like that. So far, all they've shown and talked about are solo ops and returning activities, okay? So I was like, oh, I'll just go check out the roadmap. Now, this kind of scares me because with the expansion here, you get new stories, new locations, new missions, new weapon, new gear, new raid, new dungeon. But with the major update in 3 months, it specifically says new and reprised activities. And it does not say anything about seasonal or location activities here. Now, that could just be like a marketing thing. But I'm with the combination of them not talking about anything and the marketing material not saying anything, I'm a little worried that there are no new activities with Edge of Fate other than the solo ops. But like, surely that cannot be the case, right? Surely that cannot be the case. Do we agree? I've come to terms knowing that the content will be minimal. Dog, that's not minimal. That's like, that's no content. Do you think they're banking on the world tiers? I just don't. That doesn't. The expansion never carries. The expansion's always a couple of weeks. I'm more worried about no seasonal activity until 3 months in. None of the Pale Heart activities opened until after the campaign, right? That is what I'm hoping for. That's the copium I'm on. But I still think they would call it out. So I'm a little worried about that. But we'll see. I don't know. I think we get a new onslaught in the Plague Lands, just my theory. You cut that out. That's all we get. Oh my god. How is that any different than the seasonal activities that they're bringing back? So the activities that they're bringing back were made with the new engine updates. The raids that are not currently in the game were made before the engine updates and have not been updated to the new engine. That's the difference. So they don't have to rebuild the activities because they were built to work with the new engine and lighting changes. But the old raids have not. So they have to literally, just the same if they wanted to bring back Menagerie, they'd have to rebuild Menagerie for the new changes. I don't know how weapons are going to work for raid weapons. But we'll have to see. I don't know. I just feel like if it's literally just the expansion for 3 months, I feel like that's going to get dry. Yeah, Sneaky? Oh man, I don't know. We'll see. I'm just telling you guys, I played the solo ops as not 3 months worth of content, my friends. And Savathun Spire's cool. I'm glad they're bringing it back. That's not 3 months worth of content. So, we shall see. We'll see. I need a couple more public events and shit. Should I take a break until Edge of Fate? If you want to, I don't know. I just don't want to burn out after. If you feel like you are close to burning out, then sure. If I just don't. It's a hard question to answer because everyone's different. You know what I mean? Is Arms Week going to be an Edge of Fate? I think they said Arms Week is what, like the 3rd week of Edge of Fate or something? I think they said 3rd. Oh, what the fuck am I doing? I was like, I need headshots. I do not need headshots, actually.
Soldiers of Aramis, sir. mercy to those they find. Please, destroy them first.
I don't think we're gonna get Siva. I would be very shocked if we get Siva. Yeah, I'm fine if there's more weekly events. They haven't really talked about any weekly events except for, well, we already have Iron Banner and Arms Week and Heavy Metal. And I guess we'll probably get, what fucking month is that? July. So we'll probably get Solstice in there too. Moments of Triumph. Maybe there's stuff. The Epic Dungeon thing's a typo. That doesn't exist. They said that. Epic Raid is like the new version of the raid that they're doing. All we know is that it might have updated mechanics, and it might have an additional encounter, and it might have additional loot. That's all we know about it. So I don't know. It sounds cool, but I don't like the way I'm currently thinking about it. Is it's been very heavily suggested through internal oh my fucking god. Through internal leaks that Verity was not originally part of Salvation's Edge until the delay. And that's kind of how I'm envisioning like a raid and an epic raid. Is like, okay, a regular raid would be like Salvation's without Verity. And then we get 3 months later, Salvation's with Verity. And that's the new epic raid. And it also comes with extra loot or whatever. It's like, okay, I can see that being kind of cool. Probably at a harder difficulty. So, you know, probably at... you know, you have to be a higher light to do it or whatever. Cool idea. I'm interested. Willing to give it a shot. Oh yes, the epic raid has the catalyst for the exotic as well. I forgot about that. That's right. Hey Scarecrow, can you talk about what new weapon perks are and what they do? Oh, I don't fucking know any of the new weapon perks. Holy shit. I'm the wrong person to ask about that. I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you a single new perk that they're adding. I think the Arms Week will probably rotate pretty often since there's 2 or 3 weapons that share the same look. Yeah, hopefully. I like that. I think the Arms Week thing, the Arms Week event is really cool because it's like, sometimes events get annoying because they require you, you have to go out of your way to do shit. Festival of the Lost. And you just have to do the annoying activity like 100 times. I like Arms Week because it's just a modification on what you're already playing. It's just like you're just use different weapons in what you're already playing. Then you get broken mods that make what you're already playing more fun, and you're farming out shinies and like unique weapons at the same time. Like, that's kind of fucking cool. I like that. I think that's a really good idea for an event. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the pigment. That's a good shout, Lonnie.
Many threats stand in their way. The Guardian can help, yes? Once the House of Salvation fought.
From what they said in the reveal, it sounds like major updates will have about as much story as Into the Light did. Not too much. Yeah, I kind of feel like that too. Which I'm fine with that. I mean, fucking Edge of Fate is coming with like an absurd amount of story content. I like I said, we only played a few of the missions, but based off of the raw number of missions, like 14 or whatever, like I said, I would not be surprised if this ends up being one of the longest Destiny campaigns. Which is kind of fucking wild because it just came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that at all. Like, I expected it to be shorter. And then they just start listing every mission, and I was like, what the fuck? They made like an insane amount of missions for this. Kind of wild. So I'm interested. I think a lot of like my vibes going into this are different as well because so much is changing, and you guys know like a lot of it's hard for me to really get a grasp on changes I really have to play with stuff. You know what I mean? It's really hard for me to envision like what this new loop and like how this is going to affect the game until I get my hands on it. So a lot of my hesitation is definitely caused by that because I'm just like I truly do not know how this is going to affect like my Destiny day to day. You know what I mean? And that makes me nervous as someone who plays way too fucking much of this game. Makes me nervous. Okay, any other weekly ones I need to get? Let's go ahead and do the Dreaming City. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy that Bungie went dark with Marathon. Don't worry about public sentiment for a little bit, just cook up. I know Bungie has the capability to clutch up. Like 2016 Cristiano Ronaldo. I think that is one of the, and I've expressed this to them, not like I say them, I've expressed this to a couple of people of my friends there where it's like, and I just think like this is, I think the most important instance of Marathon from now going to launch is like their next like big reveal moment. Like they've kind of gone dark. You know, they had the plagiarism thing. I think they addressed that as well as they could have. Hopefully going forward it's not more of an issue. And it's like, I think right now they need to cook. They just need to go. And then they need to, like, when they drop that next thing, none of this content creators, like, fucking showing it all. None of this couch shit. There needs to be a needle drop moment that is like, bam, we fucking cooked. And I think that could be the fulcrum to swing the pendulum the other way. But it's a hard thing to pull off.
Glad to see you're still in the fight.
It's a hard thing to pull off. Won't be easy. But I'm interested to see like what that next look at Marathon, what that spark is, or like what they center the second reveal on. You know what I mean? They did do it with the final shape. That's an excellent point. They literally did that with the final shape. That is an insanely good comparison and relevant. That's a great point. I'm not sold on Bungie's ability to clutch up. They wouldn't need to clutch up if they didn't screw up massively in the first place. Those are two different things. I would say, based off of what you said, I would say I'm not convinced on Bungie's ability to get it right the first time. But I am personally convinced on their ability to clutch up because they've done it like multiple times now where they show like they're like, all right, well, people hate us, let's drop the best shit ever. They've done that like 10 times now. It's kind of wild how much better Bungie seems to work when they are public enemy number one. It's kind of weird. They might be a little sadistic. I don't know. But in order to make Final Shape work, we got Lightfall. No, I mean, even after the original Final Shape reveal, everyone was super mid on it. And then they did the prismatic thing after the delay, and it was like, what the fuck? Where did this shit come from? Do you think we've gone far enough? I'm going for it. I'm hitting this shit. No, I did not go far enough. I did not. Oh, man, I was off by like 20 feet. Shit. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, we're getting 2 more Edge of Fate reveal streams. All right, we win this 2 out of 3 times, okay? Yeah, reveal streams are 2 weeks from tomorrow. The June 23rd, I think. Is it 2 weeks from tomorrow? Yeah, it is. Easiest shit I've ever done in my entire life. First week of the NHL draft. I mean, fucking the Sabres better do something interesting, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm sick of being a sad boy. I want to be a happy Sabres fan. You feel bad for me? That's insane, but also valid. I appreciate your sympathies. Marathon is not going to get a campaign mode. Do not expect that. That is not going to happen. Yeah, they're picking 9th. I think they're going to... I hope they trade it, though. We have... Like, if you look at any ranking of prospects or minor league players, like roster, we are usually number 1 or number 2 in the league. We have prospects for a goddamn decade. I do not want them to take another draft pick. I want them to trade that shit for a player who can help us now. That's what I want.
We must talk.
We must talk. Talk to this ratio, nerd deck. Got him. Bam. I hope so, Vertigo. I hope so. But we'll see. I'm hoping the Capitals stay relevant. Dog, it's time for the Capitals to undergo a... Same with the Penguins. You guys had your 2 decades. Fucking goodbye. Rebuild like... Same thing with Chicago. Rebuild like all the normal teams. Goodbye. Just because you had a fancy generational player doesn't mean you get to skip the rebuild phase, buddy. See ya. My team hasn't been in the playoffs for 14 years, okay? Time for you to suffer. You can survive a couple years in no playoff. You'll be alright. I'm a Sabres fan. Bruins for life? Yeah, you're undergoing the same rebuild too. What's it like watching your franchise player tear it up right now, huh? Dude, it's so hard because I want to hate Marchand so much, but goddamn, he's just such a likable guy. Yo, Guard, what's up? Hey, Scare, I just saw your video about Edge of Fate, and I have a question for y'all creators. The grind is kind of good since it makes the game rewarding, but what do you think it might be for the casual player? So it doesn't really have to, look, this is, a lot of people, this is a misconception, I think. Like, a lot of people think that I just promote things that are good for content creation. Dog, if I only cared about things that were good for content creation, I would have switched to Fortnite a long time ago, my friend. This is all about me doing something I enjoy, and I just happen to enjoy also sharing that with you guys. There are plenty of changes I've not been a fan of in Destiny that are technically better from a viewer experience or like a content experience. Anyways, yeah, I think there will definitely be people that enjoy these changes, and I think the nice thing about a lot of these changes is you are not forced to grind. I think you can still experience so much of what the game has to offer if you're not a grinder, if you don't get tier 5 weapons, if you don't get tier 5 armor, if you don't do everything on ultimate difficulty. Just like how you can experience so much of the game right now if you don't go flawless and you don't get grandmasters. I think it's actually going to be more forgiving to be a casual player because you can customize your difficulty more, like going forward. I'm gonna fucking back row. But I think they're adding that extra depth for players like myself that do like legitimately enjoy the grind. So. I personally don't like how tier 5 farming is kind of locked until Ash and Iron. I was when they told us that, I was like, you will definitely be able to get some tier 5s before the second half of the season, but not many. And I was like, if you guys are capping light, you need to be like super upfront about this because people are gonna freak the fuck out. I think they did a pretty good job. I think they need to continue to what in the fuck? Like, hello? Am I lagging? What is happening? Alrighty. Oh, okay. Well, this explains. I don't think I've been on Hunter yet this season. Oh, great. What else? Sniper. Wait, what in the fuck? Is this guy net limiting? This guy's internet just might be shit. I think that's been Bungie's Achilles heel lately. They've been holding stuff that people are going to be very upset about close to the chest. Not only that, I feel like they've been making like very obvious mistakes recently. Like the not updating the director thing. What are we doing? What? Or like what? That's a crazy decision. That's such an avoidable thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like there's been quite a few of those with Marathon. I just feel like they've been just doing that a lot. Making like very obvious mistakes. The fucking the 3-week rotation for Rights of the Nine, bruh. My like 2-year-old nephew could have told you that shit was not gonna go over well. You know what I mean? And they backed down like they were ready to back down. They changed that shit literally as soon as the community started complaining about it. It's like, why did we do this in the first place? What are we doing? Just so easy. I don't really understand it. Yeah, I will like, holy shit. Like, Bungie matches my salary plus 30%. I'll go work for them and I'll just tell them when something's gonna make people mad. Call me a fucking consultant. Hey, yo, people, they're gonna hate this shit. Thank you. Take that all the way to the bank. No, DMG's still super active in his previous role. Bro, what are these guys hitting the fucking? Simple mistakes like the Splitgate guy? Dude, I don't fucking... All I know is that Splitgate guy, if I'm ever in a bar with that guy, I'm covering my drink. That's all I fucking know. That guy was giving the sussiest fucking vibes I've ever seen in my entire life. Holy shit. He's definitely the asshole in the pickup hockey game that you kind of have to just put in his place, you know what I mean? Like, all right, buddy. All right, buddy, I get it. Community salt consultant? That's really good. I like that. Consultant. That's all they could call me. Consultant. Were you prepping for the raid? Like Beerly Govey? Nah, dude. Beerly Govey's fine. Like he's earned it. You know, if you guys play pickup sports, you know there's always that one asshole. You know what I mean? Bet the Splitgate guy doesn't call his hits an airsoft. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah, the weekly Empire Hunt one from Barracks. Dark Priestess or whatever the fuck. I don't know what the bounty's actually called. Non-existing free spawn. No, he has 2 weeklies. Barracks always has 2 weeklies. One that's based off of the Empire Hunt, one that is doing that rotates every week, and then the static one is doing the controlled experiment is the static one. No, Courageous Expedition is the static one. Excuse me.
She's down, Barracks. It's over.
Yes,
That's
Sweeney. Yes.
all of them.
It's about the majority of the first time you hear Destiny 2 soundtracks is from your stream.
Her entire
It's a
council.
little unhinged, but that's okay. Other than bounty prepping, are you doing anything else? I'm going to stockpile 30 exotic engrams. I made a video on this. You guys should go watch it. But yeah, pretty much just those 2 things. I don't think you actually have to prepare too much.
Aramis becomes myth, immortal. Her legacy will go on.
Alright, Varix, I get it. You're cool.
New
Okay.
champions
Okay, bro.
will rise in her name.
They have not said literally anything about the raid, except that there will be the master raid thing. I don't really know what that means, but... Or the epic raid thing. Oh, did I not do? Oh no, I missed the first one on this guy. Fuck, bro. Fuck. Oh no. Oh no! I missed last week's Ascended Challenge on this guy. I'm lost, bro. Shit. Yes, Raid is releasing on the 19th. Yeah, 19th, that's right. No. Is that right? What? Yeah, the 19th, that's right.
Aramis wished to destroy God.
We should also XP prep? Yeah, that's what the bounty prep is.
Simply chose another. She craves not power, but meaning, and she seeks it in darkness.
Yeah, I know, Whiskey. That's what I'm fucking worried about. Oh my god. Oh my god. Stand still, stand still. No, man. Haha, you're shit, bro. Predis is 4 times precision. Pretty decent. I have a important Q. Does leveling work like it does now? Asking for us to play all 3 characters. If I max my Titan, does my Hunter max too? It'll probably work now where it's like your weapons light transfers, but I don't think your armor doesn't transfer between different characters like your light, right? How do you record Bungie footage of Bungie? They have OBS open for you, and then you just record everything, and then they send it to you. Bro, show me your tummy. Didn't even know I hit him. Enjoy death, loser. It does armor's account wide. Oh, is it? Fuck, man, I don't know. I'm so washed. I hate power leveling. I assume it'll be the same as it is now, but I don't know. They have not talked about it. Let's go. Alrighty. Okay. Well, the hockey game starts in 10 minutes. So, gonna go watch that. Thank you all for vibing. This was a fun, chill, weekly bounty stream. Tomorrow, maybe a stream doing something. We'll see. I don't really need much from Prophecy, but maybe we'll farm something. Oh, please. I hope it's double Vanguard tomorrow. I need double Vanguard reps so badly. It's the only triumph I don't have. What am I at even at fucking Vanguard rep? Oh, I'm only at 7,000. I haven't even reset once. I've got to grind this so badly, man. So hopefully, tomorrow brings double Vanguard. That'd be nice. Let's find someone to raid real quick. Let's see. None of my usual suspects are on. Okay. Who do we got going on? Okay. Guess we'll do ZK. Everyone, thank you for hanging out, my friends. I appreciate you all. Probably see you tomorrow, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Fuck if I know. But we'll see. Appreciate your faces. Have a great night. Love it. Go watch yesterday's video. It's a good one. It's a fucking good one. And hopefully I'll